Howdy, 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 everybody. And just in time, I actually had to take care of a really quick thing before the stream itself started. So I was like, oh no, am I going to be late? Not that late. Maybe like 30 seconds. But that's okay. It happens sometimes. Hello, how are you? Hope you are fine. So tonight I'll just go ahead and swap over here. There we go. Yeah. So tonight is going to start off with a little bit of shiny hunting, just for like the first hour or so, because tonight is Wednesday, and that means new Thespian talk comes out. I'm all right with it. I mean, I'm all right enough with it to release it, that's for sure. But yeah, that'll be at 7 o'clock Central Time, and all of that good stuff. So where did I put my controller? There it is. It is right there. And for the past several minutes, I've just been standing there, and I love how Umbreon just like, sit there like, oh, what's so special about this view? So yeah, you good? You good? Yeah, we're good. Let's go. So we're not. When I say shiny hunting, I really mean just going around and beating up some Pokemon. And I just happen to do it on the Isle of Armor because why not? Maybe some raids if I get close to one. I can also take care of maybe getting some max mushrooms if I've got any, because there are still a few shiny Pokemon that I can actually give this to, give the Gigantamax factor to. That includes the other Galarian starters. When I went through, started looking through, and I'm like, oh yeah, Galarian starters, because at the time I started doing the max mushroom hunting as well, I was not, the site that I used did not have it updated for the new Galarian Gigantamax forms. It's Woobat! I got a shiny one of those in Go this past weekend. That was pretty awesome. My idea is, I was hoping to get 2 of them, honestly. And I only got the one, sadly enough. But the idea is, the one that's sitting there in Go, I've got as my little walking buddy. At least temporarily, and then later, when I can finally do so, I'll transfer it up after it's been evolved, and then whichever one I happen to catch here, or if I happen to catch a second one, I can just leave it be. Hyper Potion. Who needs those? Ah! Whismer! Alright, Whismer. Oh, let us make sure that my mic is... Yeah, it is. Okay. I just gotta go around beat up all these Pokemon just for that. It's soundproof. Oh, that's right. Ranting at it won't work, but I can use foul play, and that'll definitely work. Okay, I forgot those little fuckers have soundproof. Oh ho ho ho. Okay. Oh. Okay, apparently it had that there. Oh. Hey, Swoobat. Why don't you Swoobat on down here? Get over here. He's a Swoobat. That's what I'm going to evolve a shiny Woobat into in Pokemon Go. I might head over to Route 1 and beat up some of the Pokemon there, but because those are ones that do have, like, they already have, like, high battle counts and everything. But working on others is good, too. And this morning, if you've looked at my Instagram, which is the same name as it is here, I did finally get a second shiny Igglybuff and evolved it up to Jigglypuff. Get over here, then. Come on. Little fucker. There you go. I may stay in offline mode because while Thespian talk is going on, I might set up the thing to actually do the auto shiny hunting. Aha! You can't psychic me. Near. So I took the, I think it was the Waylord encounter, and I clipped that out as a highlight so it can stay here on Twitch as well as go up on YouTube and everywhere else. And god damn, I have noticed just it is noticeable the pitch change between the actual game, like on the Switch or the TV or whatever, and how it presents out to you guys, which I don't know how to handle. I don't know how to fix that. So if you have an idea, of if you out there have any ideas or whatever, watching this or maybe watching this in the future and I haven't fixed it, then let me know. 4 blue apricorns, cool. Might just get a rare type of ball. Just maybe you might. Ah! What's up, Choodle? I'll chootle you up and spittle you out. Ootle. And we're gonna do the doing. That they brought that sound back for Gen 6 and onward, and it's like, yeah. The iconic psychic sound, oh my god. Jeebus. It's been a day. So I've made it clear on like social medias and other places that I do invest in the stock market and stuff, thanks to Robinhood. Not sponsored, although if they want to sponsor, I could. But Robinhood helps level that particular playing field. Because normally you think stocks, you think, oh, it's just a bunch of rich people doing it or people more well off. But you can get in there, if you start a Robinhood account, you can get like a free stock and it'll give you a start. Only problem with things like, the stocks and everything, it's usually really slow. Slow going to get anywhere or what have you. So if you want to get to the bigger things, then you have to put in more money. And thanks to the money I had from my previous driving job, plus some other windfall that I had that I didn't realize I had and had to go through a whole rigmarole for, I was able to invest I think it was like 12 to 1500 in the stocks, and this was back like in February, March. And it's had its ups and downs, and just this week, it dipped below 1,000, and I was starting to freak out a little bit. And then I was like, oh wait, this company is about to go into making like COVID stuff, things to help combat COVID-19 and coronavirus and all that. And I was like, okay, I'll do that, because that's a good thing. I want to encourage that. I wake up this morning. Now, bear in mind, I was at like, I'm going to ballpark it at like 800 just this morning in my stock portfolio. I woke up this morning, it had like doubled, like literally doubled. It was like 1,600. I think I'm sitting at like 1,600 all told now with my portfolio. So that was a really financially a good move. So I'm a little happy on that. Also happy the fact that Mel shared with me a song that she calls Pro Poly, which, I mean, I looked at the lyrics. Some of it's a little debatable on that, but the song still slaps. I guess what she means is the chorus is more pro poly. Poly being polyamorous, by the way. I should note that. But it was good. The song slaps and everything. It's a really good song. And of course, whenever Becky goes in and does her the volunteering at her local vet clinic and all of that, she does send me lots of animal pictures. She can't post them publicly, but she can send them privately, and she does. And I guess I can say with a straight face that my girlfriend sends me plenty of pussy pics, and it's not sexual. Because I love being a smartass. All right. Are you somebody I could... There we go. Oh, Rhyperior, huh? I'm going to solo it. Because I can. Grass and water would both be would be super effective. 383. Both of them are 383. Okay. What about you? 344 with long reach, though. I'm gonna go with Rillaboom. It's got the higher power. What am I doing? Force of habit. That's a force of habit there. I'm so used to doing it online that when I do one offline, it's a pain in the ass. And if you missed it, the reason I'm doing it offline is so I don't mess it up for later when I decide to go and set up the egg hatcher when Thespian Talk is running. I don't know if I'm going to have it up in the upper right like I do. In fact, I'm pretty sure I won't, like I do when I'm doing like other games. But yeah, it'll be running. So, and then we can spend some time when the show is over and we can look at, okay, did any shinies come in? That Jigglypuff though, the Igglybuff hatching, that second one, I am starting to really dislike the just shiny hunting the Jigglypuff line, because let me tell you, if you're not looking at my Instagram, let me tell you how many eggs it took to get up to Jigglypuff. 1,624. That is just what the fuck. And bear in mind, this is with Masuda methods, shiny charm, everything. So I just had bad shiny luck with that particular one, I guess. Rhyperior. Oh, that didn't take off too much. But yeah. Cosmic power. Martin, you suck. Solar beam. Max flirted by. Oh no. Oh shit. He's got coverage. That big old tanky boy got coverage. At least I think is a boy. You know, I can't tell without looking at their stats. So, but at least we got grassy terrain. Rhyperior. Okay, girl, tanky girl, tank girl. There you go. I mean, I've done them solo because nobody else will show up during like an actual online raid. But Martin, do something, anything. You have psychic. Use it. You idiot. Solar beam. That's a decent move, a little long to charge. And that's why you don't use the moves like that, asshole. Oof, even more coverage. Oh no! Maractus, no! Of course. You use Giga Impact. God damn it, Snorlax. Martin? What the fuck are you doing? As y'all see it, y'all see that little symbol next to the Soul Rock. That means he's not attacking. Martin. 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 Martin, my dude. My homie. Why, man? You know, if you were actually attacking, we could be, like, at least halfway through its second barrier by now. But no. I gotta do the cosmic power. Dude, it's not helping. Jeebus, that little girl with the Magikarp is more helpful than you. If for no other reason than that little girl has a Magikarp with Hydro Pump. Which, granted, Magikarp doesn't have the best special attack, but is still better than fucking cosmic power all the damn time. Wow. Also, Giga Impact is a normal move. Don't you have Stomping Tantrum or something? Really? Wow. Okay. Ready to do some beating of the drums? Drum beating. I'll beat your drum. Alright. Beat that drum. Booga 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 booga. I mean, at the very least... Oh, now you decide to use a move? Now you decide to attack. Okay. Now you just... Okay. Okay. Oh, fuck off. Uh-oh. This is... Ah. Martin, you are so useless. It's a good thing I'm using my physical attack now, isn't it? God damn it, Martin. Oof. Rillaboom's taking it, though. He's taking it like a champ. Okay. Alright. I don't think it never would work, even if I wanted it to. Wait, why does Rillaboom have Endeavor? That could be a decent... Now I'm thinking of like competitive ideas too, and just burr. Oh, dick. Oh no. Uh-oh. Wait, Maractus is still up? Oh shit. Oh yes. Oh ho 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 ho. No more grass for you. That means your gravy train has ended too, Rhyperior. Okay. Beat that drum. There we go. Alright. Alright, we can get this. We got this. We've got this. Y'all, we've got this. We got this. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. Martin! You son of a bitch. There you go. Thank you, Maractus. Thank you, Maractus. Oh my god. Rhyperior is weak. You know what? I am curious. I'ma catch it. Let's go for... Where did it go? Where'd it go? Not Quick Ball, but Ultra Ball. It's a solo, so it should be either very highly boosted or 100%. I'm not sure. But at any rate, I do have my own already trained up shiny Rhyperior, but still. I still want to see how strong this one is. Whoa! Okay. She gone. Okay. It's not so 100% as I thought. That's fine. Not a bad amount of loot. Alright. Alright. I can dig it. I dig it. So now let's just go into this cave. Hi. We're just here. We're just here running around this cave. Looking for mushrooms. We're looking for shrooms, man. Quick Ball is good. Alright. Oh yeah, one of the Pokemon I got during Pokemon Go was... One of the shinies I got was a shiny Alolan Marowak. So that cuts down on that line considerably. Hi, Cubone. Got a heads up from TikTok on my thing, and it doesn't say who it is. It just says user whatever numbers or whatever, and it's like, what? I guess whoever it is, I follow them, but I guess either they didn't put up a display name or TikTok was just going a little caca and forgot to send it to me. Oops. I mean, they do also send the user, the profile picture, but yeah. So I do know who it is. I just think it's funny that If that particular person has a display name that TikTok just, oh, it's user this. Well, okay, but what is the real name? It's user whatever. And when I say real name, I mean username. Display name, I think is what I mean. What's up, Cubone? So how many more months until the frozen tundra again? Because I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing all the other Pokemon coming back, seeing the new ones, seeing the new Galarian forms of the legendary bird trio, the new Reggies, and all of that. It's like, oh, it looks like it's gonna be fun. Hey, buddy. Bye, buddy. Hey, what's up? Okay. Alrighty then. Oh no, you have cut my attack. Oh, whatever shall I do? I think we all saw that coming. Alright. Oh, okay. It's an Inkay. Hey! What's up, little pup? He's a little pupper. You know, you look at these borders and like the side borders could like maybe do a little bit with a little bit of brightening, or I could darken the top and bottom borders. I might consider that at some point. Alright. Bisharp, nah. Hey, bully! Bully, bully! Well, not as woolly as Buffalant. But Buffalant is more of a buffalo instead of a bull. Whereas Tauros is a bull. Well, I guess the little fur on top, fur around his neck, I guess would be... You're faster than me? Oh no. This isn't good. Oh. Okay. The fuck you, foul play. What the hell was that? Knocked me out of confusion, that's for sure. Oh, hello. Hello and welcome. Alrighty. You are not green, but you are pissed that I came up to you, apparently. Damn, maybe I should have caught that other Tauros, because it was faster. This one must be relatively weak then, if foul play is not doing that much. I think I can always switch out. There we go. Hey, Tauros! Alrighty. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Let's see, do I have... Yes, I do. Alright, any more Tauros? Come on, Tauros. Come on out. Come out, whatever you are. Or Miltank. Miltank is fine too. Oh, punch her right in the titties. Ugh. I mean, that's... Okay, more the nipples or the udders, really, but it's close enough. And here's another... Oh! This one's a brilliant one. I'll get some wattage out of her. Come on. I'm just now remembering that Rhyperior was promoted, and of course it doesn't have 100% catch rate. Duh. It's amazing the things you remember just later on. It's like you say or do something, and you're like, wait, something's not right. What was that? And then like 3 hours later, you're like, oh, that's what it is. It's just brains are weird sometimes. All right. I'll look at you, then I'll go check out some of the other places. Like, I think the other cave is gonna need to be checked out. See if I can find some shrooms in there. Shroom hunting, shiny hunting. The reason I'm looking for more shrooms is because I have some shinies to Gigantamax. All right. Take the short way. Through the honeycomb sea. Honeycomb, right. You get too far out there, it's anything but calm. Oh no. He's coming for me. But not today. Hee 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 hee. Wingo? Okay, how does this work? I ran into you on the water, and suddenly I'm on land. What the hell? What is Stone Edge you get it done and over with? Be stoned. Oh. How does that change in scenery work? Hey, Octillery, what's up? I don't know. It's flailing its tentacles around like it was throwing a temper tantrum. Like, how dare you? Let's go with the Aura Sphere. It'll at least be neutral. Water is good. Stay hydrated, everybody. I'll admit, that is one thing I miss between Let's Go and Sword and Shield is if a Pokemon is going to be shiny, you won't know until you run into it. Which, for most other games, are like if you're like in the you're random in grass encounters like this, that's fine. But But it'd be nice if you saw the overworld Pokemon as shiny before you ran into them. But I guess different tastes for different folks, you know? Different strokes, different folks, that sort of thing. I'll just Psychic it. I'm not going to waste the Stone Edge on it. And he's down. He's asleep now. Alright, into the cave. Courageous Cavern. I found a mushroom! Another Pokeball. Lucario is trying as hard as he can to keep up. Right and up we go. I don't want to be around you right now, lady. Okay. Oh, and I think I might go out to that Execute Island. Because there's one thing I want to have in my Sword and Shield game, and that's a shiny Execute. I've got one sitting in home, and I've got both variants of shiny Executor. But I'm a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan, so I want the Sex Pistols. And for those who don't get it, the Sex Pistols are basically 6 little golden imps that form a dude's stand, and shiny Execute are gold, you know, yellowish goldish. So I don't think I could outright name them the Sex Pistols, but it would be awesome. So what's in here? Hi everybody. I think I saw some. Here we go. Eggs. Eggs are eggs. Wow. I really should get a different Pokemon if I'm going to do these. Maybe pull out a fire type. Yeah, that's something I'll do. Oh. And now my heads-up display is like, oh, hey, look at this person on Instagram. It's like, I don't want to look. I'm streaming. Oh, right. I do have Butterfree on hand. That's like, you know, Butterfree would be a good, oh, yes. Because Pollen Puff will do 4 times the damage against an Execute. Hey, buddy. Harsh Sunlight, no problem. That little boinging animation there, just boing, 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 boing. Keep seeing that thing go on and off. Is everything good with my stream? Yeah, it seems so. Okay. I mean, even if it's not, then we still can. I've still got the thing recording, so I can always put it up like on YouTube or something later, which I usually do. So. Alrighty. Ditto. What's up, buddy? And just like that, Ditto is gone. But they'll be back. They always come back. There's some more execute. Hmm. I know shiny hunting is not necessarily the most exciting to actually sit and watch. Unless you actually run into a shiny, then it gets very exciting. But sometimes, like, as tedious as it is to go around knocking out all these little execute and similar things, sometimes it can be calming. And just like, yeah, we just do this. Don't have to worry about much. Just pay just enough attention that if you see the sparkles or hear the sparkles, if you're not looking at your screen, that you'll be able to be like, oh, this is what's going on now. Okay. What was I? Oh, right, back. That's 2 max honey, 2 max mushrooms. Okay. I do still need to make my Urshifu Gigantamax capable. But I wanted to concentrate on the shinies first. I'll get some of you guys. Come on. Tomato berry. Okay. Yeah, we're not having that. 3 tomato berries. Okay. Execute! Come here. You are not shiny. I guess that is the beauty of this particular method in Sword and Shield. Like, the more you fight, the more the shiny rate is raised permanently for this particular species. So that's always good. I do kind of like that, even though I've heard that it's bugged beyond like if you do the 500, it's like bugged to stay at 3% instead of however much it's supposed to be, or something like that. What I've heard, but it's hard to see it play out on your own without being able to data mine. Hey, Blip Bug. How you doing? You having fun? You liking it on this island? You think you're good? Alright. Yeah, we're gonna air slash it now. Hmm. Yeah, it's an executor. Well, why not? I'll run into you. Come on, buddy. I kind of wanted Pokemon Go like years ago, like years and years ago. I named it. I think it was like some derp whatever. It got a derp something. God, I don't remember. Palm derp? No, I think that's Alolan Executor. But I don't know. There's probably something sexual along with it. Knowing me. Derpy nuts, derpy tits. I don't know. Repeat ball. I feel like I've done that before. Whee! Punk. Very quiet while hunting eggs. Well, it's like an Easter egg hunt, except it's not Easter, and the eggs are sentient and always batched up in a group. Yeah, out of the Sex Pistols, I wonder which one would match up with each one best, you know? I guess the one in the middle, one with the smirk, would probably be number one. And the one that's obviously like cracked open in the back probably would be number 5. Guess that just leaves 2, 3, 6, and 7, right? Ditto, get out of the way! I got a shiny Ditto sitting in Pokemon Crystal at the moment. I should at some point maybe do more with Crystal. I can't stream it because I don't have the tech for it, but and by tech I mean the capture card for it. But I might see about getting that if things go a little bit better money wise. But oh, there we go. But yeah, shiny Ditto sitting in Gen 2, and I've done all right. I think the Totodile line was finished up through there. Now I'm against my better judgment. I'm actually trying to, at least where I left it off, I was shiny hunting for Smoochum in Crystal, and it's like they're shiny. It's another one of those cases where the shiny is, at least to my eyes, too similar to the regular one. It's just ugh. Why I also am not a fan of Igglybuff's shiny. It's way too close to its regular one. Way too close to its own. That's words. That's English for you, ladies and gentlemen. And goodbye, Ditto. Ooh, Jeebus. Ooh, I saw shiny. Well, shiny Sparkle, not a shiny Pokemon. Sadly, not a shiny Pokemon. Not yet. Hey, boys! Or girls. Hey, y'all. Pollen Puff! I like the fact that Pollen Puff, if you use it on an ally, it'll heal them. So, it could be something good to keep Butterfree around for if you're doing doubles. I don't know if any other bugs that have it, though. They probably do, but... There we go. Okay, more, and more. We're gonna have ourselves an omelet buffet if we're not, if we keep this up. Oh, you think an omelet buffet where you just where you get like the for lack of a better term, egg patties, and you can get those and you can fill them up with cheese or whatever, cheese, ham, whatever you want, and then you put it in again, for sake of ease and knowledge and memory, put it in a small microwave thing or something. You heat it up for 10 seconds or whatever, or long enough for the cheese to melt and everything, and heat everything up, and wonder how well that would work. Probably not well at all. Unless it's like one of those like Golden Corral places where they can prepare it and have it ready and like bits and pieces and such. God, I haven't had a Golden Corral in forever. It's not usually much I eat at a Golden Corral though. I mean, the food is good, but not all of it really appeals to me. I think one of the last times I went to one was in Joliet, and didn't have any kind of vehicle on hand to walk anywhere. I think my truck was in. I think the truck I was driving at the time was in the shop, so I had to like just fart around town for a couple of weeks. And one time I happened to walk my ass down there, which, as big as I am, Jeebus. It's one of those things where it's like I can do it, and if I have to, I will. But it's also a case of if I can get away with it, I'm not going to. Because your boy's out of shape. That's what I'm saying. And there are parts of me that are like, well, why not do more to get into shape? Blah 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 blah. But it's one of those things that is difficult to get started if you haven't already. And it's made doubly worse down here because I tend to overheat easily. And the simplest thing I can do is just go walk around outside. Problem is, COVID times, which, okay, rural areas, not quite as bad. But then you run into the other problem, it's super hot. And I usually don't wake up very early to take advantage of like the pre-dawn coolness. So, yeah, I'm probably making excuses. I don't know. Excuse me. But yeah, in about 13 minutes or so, we're gonna start up the premiere of the new Thespian Talk here, and also gonna simultaneously premiere over on YouTube. Because that's where the videos do go. Thespian Talk being my podcast for those who don't already know. I post them to Anchor, which cross-posts them to pretty much every podcasting service. And of course, you can also catch up on my site, rtgomer.com. But just search up Thespian Talk on like your Apple or maybe even Spotify. I don't know, but it's several places. Just search for it if you can find it. You can check it out, give it a listen. I need to get like all of the older episodes at the very least up on YouTube so they can be archived properly, for better or for worse. Oh, more eggs. Okay, here we go. So where was I? Oh, right, Thespian Talk. So it'll premiere here and it'll premiere on YouTube at the same exact time. Probably a few seconds off because, I'm not looking over at the YouTube. This week's episode runs about an hour 36 even. So it'll put us close to the end of the actual stream time frame once it's done. But, hey, and after that, we can look at the results of the, of the egg hatching and everything. That's going to be done automatically off screen. I will admit, sometimes I do like the Wednesday nights because, I have the podcast to put out there. I have something to display, but then I can also take a moment and just breathe. You guys would get material. I would get time to just, relax for a moment. It's especially good if like some days I'm just like, I mean, if it gets too bad, I just won't stream. But most days I'll at least try. Who knows? Maybe if I'm tired or whatever, I can actually get some funny shit out of it. Because if you think I pull shit out of my ass when I'm not tired, oh my god! Wait till I'm actually tired and like, what? Or drunk or high. Who knows? I've been experimenting with like speaking of high, I've been experimenting with like the pot tarts, not pop tarts, pot tarts. It's basically cannabis infused candies that you can get them in Illinois because it's legal. And I've been experimenting, like, like at first it's like, okay, how many can I take that would get me really to where I would be tripping so far that my balls would end up in another room, which is a very complicated way to say tripping balls, or high off my balls or something like that. I make up my own idioms and phrases so often. It's like sometimes I'll do it on purpose. Sometimes I just don't think about it, and yeah. But yeah, like at first I was like, okay, let's try one. Okay, that's fine. Try two. Okay, and this is at once. I've not taken more than 4 at once though. 3 and 4 at once seems to really put me out for a little while. Like, like think of a slack off, just laying around, and that was me. So, if I really want to have that kind of an experience, I'll take like 3 or 4. But I don't really want to have that tonight. And if I want to experience being drunk, I have alcohol. I probably won't do it on stream mainly because of the timing. Because it's like 6 to 9, and it's like, yeah, even if I start like at 7, I'm probably not going to be drunk until the stream is over. So it wouldn't be worth it to do it on a streaming night. I don't know. Maybe if I start doing longer streams and have like a better space in which to do them and all of that, maybe. But who knows? The most you'll get out of me is maybe you'll get a tip of high gomer at the end of like one stream or two, because the edibles do take some time to kind of take effect. I think it's like a couple of hours, or at least it does for me. Your mileage may vary. Hi, ditto. Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the heads up things on there is like, see this person's first Instagram post. Like, okay, who is that person? I have no idea who they are. I guess it's part of the point of social media is, you get to meet and see new people, and even if it's not in person, get introduced to different perspectives, good and bad. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, but the sunlight is harsh. The water is harsher. All right. Damn, I'm not even high, and the brightness seems a little too bright. I mean, I know it's because of the harsh sunlight, but sometimes I look at it and it's like, damn, what the fuck? I know I hadn't taken anything today. Oh, here we go. Still no shiny. Damn you, execute! Alright, so 5 minutes till. Okay, so I'll knock these guys out, go heal up, and all that really good stuff, and I'll take care of the rest of the preparations while the show is going, and do all the running. Or I could just take care of the preparations now. That way, when the show starts, all I have to do is set the thing to do what it has to do. All right, up here. Here we go. All right. So while Thespian Talk is running, this will be going in the background. Like, it won't be seen, but it'll be running. So we'll be able to check it all once everything is all. No, I want you there. Boy, I'm feeling sluggish when I'm doing this. Ugh. That's okay though. All right. And we start on this box, so that's good. Alrighty, so that should do that. 4 minutes left, that's not too bad. So yeah, alright. Actually, while I am thinking about it, it'll take just a moment. Go down here and make sure everybody is healed up. Because that's the great thing about like Pokemon Centers and similar, is that it not only heals up the Pokemon in your party, but also in your boxes. So that's good. Although I am kind of sad that you can't put a Pokemon in a box and it automatically heals. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. Alright. Hey, what do you have, buddy? Nothing I want. That's okay. So, okay. I'll go ahead and get it started. Oh, that's right, it's not in Pokemon mode. Oops. There we go. I forgot to do that. There we go. So it's going to start up, and while it's starting up, you know, I'm going to gently put that there. Okay. So this is all run automatically right now. So you're gonna show you a cycle of it, because it should only take about a minute or so, and whether you have an egg or not, it'll run this through, and this is when you can adjust the timing. I think mine is set to 30 seconds. That's usually about how long it takes to hatch an Igglybuff. So it'll do this. It'll do the circle for 30 seconds. Then you'll see them stop. You know, because it's at this point usually the egg is hatching, and it'll stop long enough for it to actually, you know, just in case it's shiny. It'll be long enough before it starts working again. There you go. So yeah, that's how that works. And then after a few more seconds, it'll go back and it'll start the process over again. While get an egg and start everything over again. I really like this thing, this little switch up device. It's pretty cool if you want to multitask. I know there are other things you can do with it too, with different games even, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm just here for doing things like letting it auto hatch and auto release from boxes. It saves me a thing or two to do, especially on days when I'm feeling really, really lazy. Okay, so it's now time to switch on over to Thespian Talk. Here we go. So, you know, the game is still going in the background. That's fine. So yeah, this one is interesting. Title of this episode is called Suddenly Bees. And you'll see why we call it that later on. And I finally remembered, oh yeah, we've got that list to go through of topics, and we'll talk more about that in the show itself. So yeah. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to shut up, and well, you're going to hear the lovely voice of Mel Paradise introducing and giving you all the stuff for the show, and then we'll be on the way. So, alright, hope you enjoy.
This show contains views and opinions that may not be suitable for certain audiences. Listener discretion is strongly advised. A friendly reminder, Mary Jane edibles are not a substitute for actually paying your Lyft driver. Don't forget to tip your bartenders, you filthy fucking animals. And if you've got kinks, we've got links. Don't forget to subscribe, put on your seatbelt, and enjoy the ride. Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to Thespian Talk.
I am your host, Gomer the Ranting Thespian. With me this week is Skolopendra.
Hello.
And Michelle.
Hello.
So this past week, it has been... it's still hell. I mean, everything that's going on. You know, the feds are still trying to take all of Portland. And here's the fun thing, though. You know, all of the major media news outlets are like, Portland is all this and this and that, and it's like, yeah, there is the actual problem, and that does need to be taken out, and the feds need to get the fuck out of Portland, and the cops need to be abolished too, the cops as they are need to be abolished, and that's the key term, as they are. We will need some kind of protective force, but it needs to be something totally different than what we've got. You know, one that doesn't feel like it has the authority to execute black people on a whim. Something like that. But that's neither here nor there. You know, Portland, all the action you're seeing in Portland is basically in the span of about 6 city blocks. It's not the entire city. Portland is big. So, and so like people on the outskirts or people just like several, you know, like on the other side of the river or what have you, they might see it, they might get some of the spicy air wafting over there, but they're not in the middle of it. Even Mel, she is like relatively close to the action, but she's not quite in it. And she's like on the same side of the river a few blocks up because she lives downtown. And speaking to those people, it sounds like they're trying to put, I guess they're trying to use chlorine gas even?
Dude, just fuck.
I know. I mean, people have been reporting that it smells like chlorine, so that's where I'm getting it from. It's not been verified, so don't take my word as gospel on this. But you know, best thing you can do, follow the people who are tweeting from the ground.
Yeah.
I know. I retweet a lot of them from Mel. Mel retweets a lot of them. I think one big one you can follow is Defend PDX on Twitter. They tend to have good, up-to-date information. Go ahead.
One second. I know someone. I recommended them to my friend who lives in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
2 seconds. I want to make sure I get the name correct.
Yeah. It is.
I think. Come on, where are you?
But yeah, while she's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. At Andrew Kimmel, ADREWKIMMEL. He's the one that's doing like a running tweet thread with video clips and such.
Yeah.
So he's probably a good one to keep an eye on as well.
I've probably retweeted from him a few times.
Yeah. So yeah, Andrew Kimmel on Twitter, also a good one. He seems to be a reliable one as well.
Yeah. So that is the best way to keep up to date with Portland and honestly any other place. You know, there's the thing that people say, well, don't get your news from Twitter or whatever, but it's like things like this, you have people on the ground experiencing it, and it's their experiences getting out there, and that's what we need to hear. You know, not some packaged up thing from CNN or what have you.
I saw this thing, it was actually on Tumblr, go back a couple of years now, and it was people half complaining, I think, like saying, if the zombie apocalypse will be live tweeted. And it's like, yeah. And the response was basically, well, yeah, because that will be a living record. Yeah. That will be the thing. People will be talking to their friends and family. Go back a couple of centuries. Samuel Pepys wrote about the plague and the Great Fire of London. That's how comes we've got so much good detail on it, because someone sat down and wrote that shit down.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's the way it works. That's the way history gets passed down. People write it down, and so not everybody has to remember it by memory all the damn time. But we do. But before we get too much further into all of the bullshit and everything, there are a couple of sad bits of news that I do want to bring up because they're obviously important. Number one on the larger scale, Regis Philbin passed away this past week.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those where it's like I didn't realize he was still alive until he died, which is
yeah.
But all the same, it is still very tragic, and hope is thoughts to the family and everything there. And then one a little bit, definitely a lot more personal to us. Oh God. So the other day I was on Twitter, and Holly Christine, who used to go host on the show, she got confirmation and she passed along the word that Timothy Sheridan, who is known as Stone Ostridian on Twitter, he recently passed away. At, oh God, I don't remember how old he was, but he was a big member of a lot of our collective community that started up around like Channel Awesome back when we all liked Channel Awesome. That sort of thing. And he eventually, I met up with him once at MagFest 2014. I didn't realize it at the time, because at the time I was just like, just starting a new relationship, happy about that, just trying to do this and that. It's like, so I didn't realize, who it was, and which is kind of bad, because he was also one of my longtime patrons too. So that. And I'm not the only one he's patronized, given to on Patreon. There are several others that he's helped out as well, and I guess just at the end of it, I didn't say anything out on Twitter because I wanted to save it for here, and so I didn't know him very well. He's, like I said, he'd been a long time patron, and met up with him in person once. There's photo evidence of it. But it's even not knowing that well, it is hitting a little hard. But yeah, all the best to his family and friends and everybody who is now just really shocked. Honestly, I certainly didn't expect it, because the social media is open, and it's like it was nothing there. So it was like, but sometimes that's how it happens. It's sudden, and it's very tragic. So all the best to his family and his friends. We for what it's worth, I don't think any of them listen, but if they happen to, well, we're here for y'all. But yeah. So yeah. Big, yeah, definitely bit of a downer, but as they say, show must go on, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So another thing that's happened in the past week was Walmart announced that as of July 20th, the face coverings would be compulsory for all those, but for everybody except for those whose medical conditions would actually prevent it. That's sort of the thing, and you got and of course those with medical conditions that would prevent it would be few and far between. Obviously, for the majority of us, we wear a damn face mask.
Yep.
And I'm willing to bet that those who can't wear a face mask and have any sort of empathy are likely going to stay home if they can help it. Likely.
Yeah.
Even rural parts over here. Like, I've got a friend in nearby Dothan who if she ever remembered and realized, oh shit, I can call this asshole up from Graceville, he can go get my groceries, or I can send my wife, who has no problems wearing a mask as far as I know, and go get groceries. Point is, she has options even in these like small, more rural areas, is what I'm getting at. And I hope that doesn't come across as me knocking her for it, because it's really not. But the point is, we all have options, and if you don't, then oh boy. But those without options are few and far between. But also, CNN saw a training video from Walmart that tells employees tasked with reminding customers about face coverings to let people who refuse to wear a mask to continue to shop. So, to us, Walmart's saying, yeah, you have to wear a face mask. But in practice, it's like, oh, you're not wearing one? You don't want to wear one? Okay, go ahead. We'll take your money.
Oh.
And they're not the only ones. Home Depot, Lowe's, CVS, and Walgreens have also said they'll serve customers without masks, according to CNN. And
so, useless mask mandate.
Yeah. And one of the higher ups, I believe it's at Walmart, said that our goal is to keep associates from a physical confrontation situation, and our ambassadors will be trained on those exceptions to help reduce friction for the shopper. Yeah, friction for the shopper. Okay, let me tell you something. Here's what else creates frictions for your shoppers here. Okay, a bunch of maskless idiots running around like they think they're gonna be fucking invincible. Never mind the fact that they could very well infect others, even if they show no signs of the COVID. And just that's going to create friction right there. It's also going to create friction, but with all of the death tolls, and basically fuck your profits. Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, CVS, Walgreens, fuck your profits. Your customers need to be taken care of a lot better than this. If you're going to say, hey, we have compulsory mask wearing, then you fucking enforce it, because you don't need that $5 as badly. And bear in mind, these are all big brands, big stores. So it's not like they're hurting for money. So they can afford to say, hey, you're not wearing a mask? Fuck off. They can afford it.
Yeah.
So it's like, for like a little bit, it was like Walmart was like, oh, hey, Walmart's finally doing the good thing. That's right. That's good. That's yay. But then now people know that, oh, they won't really stop you, because their love of money is bigger than their love of keeping everybody safe. Oy. Take a little, but then they lose a lot more. But,
Yep.
and all that, I never even asked, Scully, how has your past few weeks been?
It's been alright. Coughing's gotten a lot better, so that's at least good.
Yeah. I think you passed it on over to Michelle.
Hope not.
That'd be a hell of a thing, though.
Totally passed on my coughing issues over the internet, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of Michelle, how have you been?
1 second.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, while you were talking, my food went down the wrong hole.
Oh no.
And basically, it's one of those things where my chest kind of went a bit tight, so I needed a big burp. So, with respect to people's that gentleman's family, whilst you were giving your very sweet dedication, I was kind of like spitting up into my bin, trying not to make too much noise.
Oh no. Oh.
And I actually, fair warning, I need a big burp. So
yeah,
if it happens, I'm letting it.
Yeah, it'll be a real show then.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm actually pretty good. Oh, there it is.
There you go. It's a real show now.
Yeah.
Well, there might be a follow-up, but that seems to have got taken care of most of it.
Yeah.
One of my agencies called me this morning, and they've set me up with a job, sort of a regular thing going on.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a Hamley's warehouse, so picking toys, like picking, packing job, basically.
Nice.
But because, excuse me, because of the COVID, they've been like doing split up shifts, so like shift A, shift B. So I'll be doing the morning shift, which is 7:30 till 12:30, and it's like another town 4 stops away, which means I'm gonna have to get up hella early.
Oh no.
But I'll be done by lunchtime.
There you go.
So there's that, and yeah, barring any major incident, it should be ongoing. And being Hamley's, like one of the most famous toy stores, if not in England, I think you guys have heard of Hamley's, haven't you?
Maybe.
Yeah, sounds a little familiar.
It's the big toy store in America. Sorry, in London. It's the big one in London, but they've got a depot in Royston, which is just outside Cambridge.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll be doing that. So, being a toy store, birthdays happen every day.
Yeah.
And obviously, come probably late October, September, November, you're getting into Christmas season. So it's a sort of thing that could be ongoing. And at the moment, so it's 5 hours a day, so it's about 30 hours a week. But even then, rough count, it'll be a sub K per month.
Yeah.
But it's still better than I'm currently on.
Yeah, there you go.
But the reason I was distracted, this is what I was saying to you before, the reason I was distracted is because they've sent me over the health and safety homework.
Oh.
So I've been I was filling in all the forms and doing this, and I had to check the date for something.
Mm-hmm.
And I hovered over the clock, and then looked at the time. I was like, "Oh shit, it's 5 to 7."
Yep.
It's like, so I already had Discord warmed up, so I checked it out. Like nobody was there. Then I saw you typing, and I saw you typing about 20 minutes. I saw Scully saying, "Oh crap, okay, 1 minute."
Yeah.
And then I saw you say, "Oh, I'll be a minute." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, I've got a little bit of time."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want something to do, we could do a health and safety quiz together.
maybe a little later. But yeah, we forgot to do it last week, and we're gonna do it this week. We're gonna take a look at that long 64 list thing of the topics, the like topics and all of that. And
I hope you know where we're at, because I've lost track.
oh, I know where we're at. I know exactly where we're at. So going in order, I don't have the. I just copied down the next 4 from the list, so I don't have the numbers on hand. But the next one up is Meninism.
And I have never heard anyone call it that other than as a joke.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I think, according to Wikipedia, and I'm going by a little bit by memory. It was used. One of its uses it was like in the early 2000s to describe basically a male feminist being a meninist. But over time, it's gotten to be where it is now. Whether you're joking about, you're taking the piss out of a male feminist, or even worse, describing a men's rights activist, and we know the kind. But there are some that I believe want to use the label to help bring attention to the actual problems men do face. I mean, like actual problems, like, the fact that as underreported as rape victims, as rape is when it comes to women victims, men report it even less.
Yeah.
And so much that people are surprised, and I admit I have been too. It's not a proud, we're human. We don't always think about it because it doesn't always happen. You don't always hear about it, but men get raped too. And women rape men as well. So, and these are obvious issues, but they get swept under the rug because of this whole toxic masculinity bullshit, and nobody can have a discussion about it. Among other things. And meninism, where it is now in terms of like the popular usage or whatever, we could do better. We could do a lot better with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it also reminds me of Tim Allen's first book, Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man. Yes, that is the actual title, and yes, it did turn heads. And I read it in elementary school.
Wow.
But I remember clearly enough that one of his chapters was on masculinism, which he described as celebrating male traits, as akin to feminism celebrating female traits, which I don't know how well that ages from the early to mid 90s to now, but that's definitely.
I mean, it depends. I've not read this book. It's the first time I've heard about it, but it really depends. If it's just describing a masculine trait as something that would be atypically masculine, but anyone who's interested in the thing can do the thing, then maybe not so bad. If it's just saying this is a manly man thing that only manly men can do, then yeah, yikes.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since I've read through it, but I think there have been, and maybe I hope this is not just me, remembering what I want to remember, but I would like to say that. Throughout the book, not necessarily in those chapters, he does make it clear at least once or twice that there are men who fit this and women who fit this, and the roles are not as rigidly defined.
Oh, good.
So, and remember, this was during his home improvement, more, just getting out of stand-up days. So.
Yeah.
Oh, so Scully, you kind of started a little bit earlier. What do you have any other thoughts on meninism?
Yeah. Okay. So I looked up a bunch of men's rights issues, and like a lot of them Like, there's one. Well, okay, male victims of domestic abuse don't really get taken very seriously, but here's the thing. Women don't exactly have it so hot either. Was reading a bunch of shit about how cops don't really take domestic abuse against women seriously. I mean, they certainly don't take rape seriously. So, I mean, when you help women, you'll help men. So that's basically where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely no argument here. Because, again, and it all goes back to this whole idea of just, at least when it comes to the men in these situations, this whole toxic masculinity thing, because if you're abused, then you're obviously weak, and you know, you deserve this and that, this and that. A lot of us men have grown beyond that. We know better, but there's still a significant enough subset, significant enough it still gets notice, at least from some people, that still believe that if you're an abuse victim, you are weak. And a lot of the times, it is the abuse victims themselves who believe this because of how they were raised. So, you know.
Yeah.
But like you said, help women, you also help men too. Michelle, do you have any other thoughts on it?
Basically, believe people when they tell you something, but I've always maintained that until something is proven 100%, don't name anyone.
Yeah.
Like, keep the investigations as low-key as possible. Unless there is possibility of imminent danger.
Right.
And if, like, someone has to be physically removed from a situation, then, okay, fine. But don't name and shame until you're 100% sure.
Yeah.
But still take it seriously, still do the investigation, and, if necessary, remove from situation where as required.
Yeah. And I know, and I have a feeling if it gets to certain places, some people will be like, well, what about the whole Vic Mignogna thing? Well, he was named and shamed by his victims. I think that's a little different.
Yeah.
So, yeah. End of the day.
But yeah, otherwise, don't be a dick about it. If you've got, I think this could be a general rule for anything. The more people make a fuss, like, to try and bring attention in the wrong... how am I trying to put this? You can bring attention to something that brings attention to it, and people go, oh crap, I didn't realise that thing, how do I help? That's fine.
Yeah.
But then you can over-egg it, or, like, make it too much about one thing, and then people either get bored with it, or aren't taking it seriously, or think you are over-egging it to make yourself more important, or big yourself up. Does that make sense?
I think so.
You go too far the other way.
Yeah.
So you try and bring attention to something a little bit, that's fine, but then you go like, oh, but they're this and this and this and this, and you're like, oh, shut up now. Or
Yeah.
I was sympathetic, but now you've gone to the point where I don't care anymore, and that's wrong as well. Like, yes, so we take the example of rape, domestic abuse on males.
Mm-hmm.
That is fine. That should be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, but men also have these problems. Like, men should be able to go out and earn, and the woman should stay home and look after them. And like, no, you've just killed any argument that was valid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we want to focus on actual men's problems, not perceived problems, just because you're insecure about this or that or the other.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but speaking of isms, we're going to go to the other side and talk about feminism, which I agree with. Like at its base is basically equality among the genders. Is the basics of it, if I've got my definitions right. And why it's called feminism is because it focused primarily on women. Because, you know, at the time we only acknowledged two genders, men, women, and women were the ones that needed the boost, so they get the name. If it was the other way around, then meninism would be the one, but it's not the other way around. So feminism is what is what it goes to, because it was the women that need the boost. That's why Black Lives Matter is called what it is, because it's the black voices, the black people that need to be, raised up to the point to where they don't have to where they can walk around without worrying about some dumbass pig coming around and executing them. So, it's to bring focus to that particular group, at least as a starting point. because, with feminism and even Black Lives Matter, you start with them, you start bringing them up, but then as you're bringing them up, you see all sorts of other issues, like your LGBT issues, your issues in like immigrant communities, foreign things, what have you. The more you work along that and more you try and help them and do all of that, you see all these other issues that could also be dealt with. It's kind of like a gateway thing, I think. I think that's where I'm going with it, or at least where my brain wants to go with it. Point is, it's a good thing. On the whole on its own. Yes, you have some that, yeah. There are some that are TERFs, trans exclusionary radical feminists. We don't like those. They can fuck off. I'm talking to you, J.K. Rowling. Go fuck off.
Yeah.
Take your millions. Go fuck off. That sort of thing. But in general, when it comes to actual feminism, as has been defined, it's good. We need it. We still need it. Yeah. And Michelle, we'll let you go first on that one.
Basically, yes, with the caveat, and I've said this before, I don't always truck with modern feminism because, as stated above, with the feminism, you can go too far. You can make it about too much of this or not enough of that, or... I always said, I'm kind of growing out of it a little bit more, but I've always said, like, single issue politics don't interest me because it doesn't take into account the big picture, that there is issues surrounding the thing. But just in that a little bit more because, like you say, with Black Lives Matter, at the moment you have to be single issue on that thing because that's where we're having the problem at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, help the black people, help the community, help the women, help the men. So, some aspects and some, again, going back to Tumblr, like some SJWE, like the worst kinds of SJW stuff with feminists, like they take it, anything that's taken to an extreme, basically. I kind of can't really truck with. So yeah, as a concept, as the history, obviously big up the suffragette movement and everything else. Awesome. Some modern feminism can take it too far and it doesn't really fit in with my philosophies.
Yeah. Which, here's the big question is, at the end of the day, do you want everybody to have equal opportunities? Equal in the eyes of law and society. And you just said answer is yes. There you go. That's the best.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the best we all can ask for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the details are some of the details people may disagree or agree on. Doesn't matter, but we all have the same end goal at this point, and that is things like freedom for everybody, and we mean true freedom. Being able to go to the hospital without having to worry about selling our apartment or house or whatever. Like everybody has a house, but things like that. Scully, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it just depends on the kind of feminism. The normal kind of feminism that, wants equal rights for women and men and everyone else outside the gender binary. Those are fine. It's just there are a few strands of feminism I take issue with, like radical feminism.
Yeah.
There's rad femmes who aren't trans exclusionary, but they're just as toxic. Yeah, and also, I don't know what to call it, BuzzFeed feminism or pop feminism, the ones who think that manspreading is really an issue.
Yeah.
That, no.
That is a thing. Oh God, I have not thought about it because around here we don't have public transit, but I lived in Indy. And I took the transit almost exclusively when I wasn't driving a truck. And let me tell you something. Most guys that I noticed, if there was not room or something, then they, if they were mostly like me, they would kind of crunch in the seat or whatever, and that's fine. I have sat next to somebody who liked to manspread once or twice. I'm pretty sure. But, I just, it was just whatever. I dealt with it for that little bit. It wasn't that much of a problem. Now, in some instances, I don't want to negate, like individual experiences either. Because I'm sure there are people, men and women, who every time they get on a bus, there's some asshole man-spreading because his balls are apparently too big. Hey, this is a little TMI, but I'm gonna use this as an example. Whenever I sit, a lot of times I have to spread out a little bit, or otherwise adjust myself because thick thighs, big balls do not mix. Let's just put it like that, okay?
Even thick thighs and smaller than average balls don't mix. Yeah, I wouldn't think they would. I mean,
yeah.
But regardless, so I could understand the need to why do you want to spread, but even me, like I'm like kind of half spread here at home. Well, at least as much as my chair allows me to. But on a bus, if nobody's next to me, I spread all day if I need to. That's fine. But if somebody needs to sit next to me, no problem. I will readjust myself right out there in public too. I was like, whoop, because it's like, hey, it's either this or I Belvedere myself. I ain't doing the Belvedere.
Yeah.
I did have somebody really like kind of fuss at me one time, and this is probably one time where I was guilty of just thoughtless manspreading, but there was also another reason. I had just finished trying to. I think I either tried or succeeded in donating plasma, and I was getting on the bus to go back home, and for a while it was standing room only, and I happened to be one of the assholes that needed to stand. If on certain days, if you don't eat right, or if something goes awry with your plasma donation, you end up very woozy. Whether or not you've had a lot of water or what have you, you end up woozy. And it was also during the summer. That's not a good combination, even in central Indiana. So I'm here on a bus, packed full of people, standing room only, and then I notice a seat opens up next to somebody, and it's like, what, I'm going to take it. I'm going to sit down, and I put my head down, and since I have to put my head down, I have to spread. So I think the lady to my left was on her phone, and she was bitching about me to her friend on the other end. And my thought was like, ma'am, do you not obviously see what the fuck is going on here? But I also see from her end, because on her end it's just like, it's just some asshole who has no regard for personal space. So I see it on that end too. But
yeah, I mean, it's like, not gonna budge for someone or just crowding other people, then that's kind of some. Yeah, if you're doing that stuff intentionally, that's dickish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if some guy's just sitting on a seat, that's not occupied on either end, then I guess.
Yeah.
I don't see it that big of an issue. I mean, if he's a decent person, he'll adjust himself to make room for other people.
Yeah, especially if asked. There's no harm in asking, most of the time. Problem is, the other times that it is harmful to ask, it's not always good, and that's the ones that news media likes to focus on. I mean, it's a catch-22, because on the one hand, you need to know these assholes are out there, but on the other hand, you scare the shit out of people. So
I remembered my my main thing that I like to say about certain stripes of modern feminists is that, for me, feminism, yes, is about equal rights, but it's also about the female being allowed to choose what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Whereas you get some of the more extreme ends are like, oh no, if you're not out there busting balls and breaking ceilings, then you're not doing it right. You are letting down the sisterhood. I'm like, fuck off, bitch. If she wants to be a stay-at-home mum, let her be a stay-at-home mum. If she wants to be, if she's happy being a school teacher, teaching the little kids rather than older kids or in university, because that's obviously university is more prestigious. But hey, teaching little kids is important.
Yeah,
that's important too. If she wants to go out and get some every single night, so long as everyone's safe and consensual and playing, and that's what she wants to do, then let her. Exactly. You do not get to dictate how she is living her life in the name of feminism.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because it goes back to this bit on Family Guy where Lois has this confrontation with what's her name? I forget. I think it was Gloria something, not Gloria Steinem, but she mentioned that feminism is about choice, and
Yes.
I think that at the end of the day, that is where that freedom comes in, the freedom to choose what you do and not be bound by whatever men with balls happen to say,
or even women with balls, or any person of any description
Yeah.
telling you how you should be living your life in the name of isn't a true representation of.
Right.
Feminism is what we're talking about, but in the name of whatever insert appropriate as needed.
Yeah. So we go to the next one, and that is the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Happened when I was a kid, wasn't it? When did it happen again?
91 or something.
Yeah, I was a kid.
So are we talking about when the USSR became the Soviet Union?
It just says the dissolution of the Soviet Union.
Right.
Basically, when the Soviet Union broke up, and
it's Russia, and then all of these, and all the little explodey places, because apparently white people can't deal.
To be fair, Russia needs to be sliced up a little bit more. It is ridiculously large.
Yeah, but then again, look at the United States. We are also huge, and so is China.
We're 50 countries in a trench coat.
This is true, but we don't know if Russia may be similar because we don't know all the provinces. At least I don't.
If you take out landmass, I think Canada's actually second after Russia. So you're not quite as big as that big.
Yeah, that's true. Canada is pretty big.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if that's just the continental United States or if you include Alaska and Hawaii, because Alaska's pretty big.
Yeah.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're talking flat landmass, it might be referring to continental United States versus Canada.
Yeah.
I don't know if you add it all together, where it lines up.
Canada's probably still larger, at least by a little bit.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
But even still, I mean, Russia in and of itself, if they had good leadership, and when I talk about Russia, I do refer pretty much all to the leadership, not the citizens, not the day-to-day workers, not Little Big or people like them, not those people. I'm talking about people like fucking Putin. Yeah.
Poo the Rudy Poo.
Yeah. Who W called Pooty Poot, and it's like, at the time I was like, really, you motherfucker. But nowadays, like, now that I know more, it's like, no, fuck it. Fuck off, Pooty Poot.
Still the subject of one of my favourite memes is Putin on the Ritz. Seriously, just Google that. You get some great results.
Yeah. We laugh at him because he's a shitbag.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, geez, sounds like something else. Sounds like another president that is a shitbag. Oh wait, and by the way, I have looked ahead on the list. I mean, obviously, I got the list, and Trump is up there somewhere.
Yay!
He'll be closer to the end. He'll be closer to the end though.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe it'll be there by the time the election rolls around. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That would be. But yeah, do y'all have thoughts on the dissolution of the Soviet Union, whether it was good, bad, ugly?
I can't remember enough about it to have an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how stable it was when it was the Soviet Union, but all I know is now you got Putin in there, and it sucks for the people. So yeah, Putin needs to go. So does Trump.
Yeah.
And so does Xi Jinping too, by the way. Equal opportunity, get the fucking fascists out of office.
You can take Boris and Cummings with you as well if you want.
There you go.
Because Boris isn't, is an idiot, but Dominic Cummings is the dangerous one.
Yeah. Kind of like Trump and what is his name? Stephen Miller?
I don't know. I'll lose track.
Yeah. But this leads into our last one for this week. Free speech.
Good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, yes.
Yeah. I've said it before on this show, and I've said it on Twitter and other places, but I'm going to say it here. When it comes to free speech, at least in America, it means the government cannot stop you, private Q citizen, from saying whatever you want. It cannot stop you. It should not be stopping you legally from doing so. Attempting to do so is a violation of the First Amendment, something Trump does not care about, considering the fact that he is not only, trying to take over Portland, or at least 6 blocks of Portland, because people are protesting the execution of black people by the police, but also going on Twitter and claiming it illegal to have all these anti-Trump hashtags against him. Yeah.
No, it's not.
It is not illegal, and even if it was, fuck you anyway. We don't care what you think is illegal, Donnie boy. We don't care. We really don't. That being said, sorry, it'll let me get through this.
Yeah.
That being said, free speech does not mean freedom from consequences. And this is something that the alt-right in particular, and people of the similar cloth, like to push. It's like, it's my free speech. No. Twitter does not have to give you an outlet. It does not have to. It can take away your right to post on their service whenever they want. Whether it is fair or not is a different story. Like, it's not fair that certain people get banned for saying something that is against a transphobe, but somebody puts a noose in a tweet talking about this is what we need to do to trans people. They stay around. And yes, that has happened within the past week.
Oh, is that what that was about?
Yeah, and of course, Trump still has a Twitter, so let us also remember that. But freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences. And the example I keep using, and it's a good one, I can't just go into the middle of a black neighborhood and start yelling the N-word at everybody. I mean, technically, legally, I could, because that is my legal right. However, what should stop me from doing that is not just human decency, but also the fact that I would get my skull cracked. And I don't want to get my skull cracked today.
Yeah.
Regardless of any other reason. But because that speech has consequences. If you go on Twitter and you spout out some bullshit rhetoric about Antifa being the bad guys when all Antifa's doing is shielding themselves from the fucking pigs that are trying to attack them for protesting, because protesting is protected speech, you assholes, but it inconveniences them and their white corporate masters, so of course they can't have that be too much. And speaking of white people, Portland is one of the whitest cities in the country, and there are just by I want to say per capita, but I don't think it is. I don't think that's the word I want to go for. But there are more white people in Portland than non-white people, just on average. So people trying to call out, there's a lot of white people park, the Black Lives Matter thing. What are they doing there? It's like, for one, it's called solidarity, and two, it's mostly white. And these people are standing, again, in solidarity with their black brothers and sisters.
Yep.
That's what you do. It's not just the black people protesting, it's the white people too. And other non-white, non-black people as well. Other people of color. It's called solidarity. We all fucking agree the feds gotta go, the pigs need to be defunded and abolished. And let's start over. Let's try a different thing. And some places have been. That is some good news. Some places have been.
Cool.
But
Yep.
Scully, why don't you go first on this one?
You about summed it up. I mean, it doesn't mean freedom from consequences. I mean, some people claim that they're a free speech absolutist, and that means that I should be able to. Anyone should be able to say anything without any sort of social consequences, but I don't think they really believe that.
Yeah.
I think they believe that they should be able to say whatever they want without consequences, because Hey, if I go up to like a fascist and say, "Hey, you're a fascist and you're vile, and here's why," I mean, he'd probably, get on my ass like, "Oh, but I have free speech." What? And I don't?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Michelle, how about you?
Yeah, all of the above. I was going to say about the hashtag thing. Going by what I know about certainly British libel laws, and I don't know exactly how they tally, but I don't think a hashtag would come with a libel because it's just a simple pithy, X person is a git. That's an opinion.
Yeah.
If it's more X person is a git because they did X, Y, Z, without an allegedly, that becomes an accusation that could go into libel or slander.
Right.
So that's where the line is, as I understand it. Hashtag not a lawyer.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Trump getting all like, oh, but the hashtags are mean. Well, yeah, suck it up.
Yeah.
The hashtags can sometimes be mean. I've seen hashtags that I've been like, oh, really? But at the end of the day, it's a bit hashtags. Although I do like it. It's happened a few times, especially recently, where you see a hashtag, you think, oh, what's going on here? And then you actually look at it, and it's when the K-poppers took over White Lives Matters, and Blue Lives Matters, and started putting just all these memes and stuff, and that was hilarious.
Yes.
But yeah, you can look at a hashtag, or you can look at something and say, oh, that's kind of a dumb thing.
Yeah.
But unless it's directly leading to something that has yet to be definitively proven, at best it's an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that is, as far as I understand, in both our countries, is protected by free speech.
Yep.
Again, unless you're definitively saying this person did this thing without proof or without allegedly, then you could get into trouble.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, free for all. But yeah, free speech, good in practice, good in theory, mostly good in practice. But some people seem to forget that, hey, you, it's a kind of a weird example, but it just came to my head. There's a great line. It's a film called Revenge is Tragedy, which was written, it's a Jacobean tragedy, sort of written similar times to most of Shakespeare. So it has the similar so it's done as post-apocalyptic, but with the Jacobean dialogue.
Right.
So you have this great bit of speech where these two brothers are seeing each other for the first time in years. It's like, oh, verily, my brother, it does my heart good to see you again, you fucking cunt. You could say that to someone you know.
Yeah.
Or I could shout out, you cunt, across the street. If it's not to someone I know, both parties, either the person I know or the person I don't know, could call me a cunt back.
Yeah.
But the person I don't know could also come up and slap me for it. And what the fuck was that all about? Or who, you don't even know me. What the hell's going on? Because that would be a consequence of me insulting someone I don't even know.
Exactly.
So yes, freedom of speech goes both ways, even if you don't agree with what the other person's saying, if you think they're mega stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can also turn around and say, okay, I have listened to your point, now listen to mine, please.
Yeah.
If they try and then cut you off, you could say, well, I listened to you. Where's this thing about free speech, like you're saying about the absolutists? It goes both ways.
Yeah. And there's also another thing. You also have the freedom to not listen in the case of all of these alt-right grifters and everything that try to, the debate me motherfuckers. Debate me.
Yeah.
No, we don't have to. We know your side. Yeah. It's clearly out on your public social media. We don't have to engage with you. So the freedom to do something also includes the freedom to not do something. We do not have to engage with you, just like you don't have to engage with us. And that's perfectly fine. But, yeah. And, of course, some of these same alt-right grifters try to use George Carlin to be like, he would eviscerate these people. It's like, no, motherfucker. You would be in tattered pieces on the floor if Carlin got a hold of you, verbally. Because while, yes, he did attack, both sides, left and right, he did. He attacked whoever made themselves more of a target. And if you look at through all of his material up until from the mid 70s to the year he died, you're gonna see, he's attacking more people on the right more often than not. And these ideas, the anti-abortionists, the warmongers, and everything else. Those are what he was talking about. They made themselves more of a target for him. But
I saw this great thing once.
Go ahead.
No, it's talking about alternative comedians from who rose up in the 80s, and to define, for those who may not be sure, or the definition I'm using in this case, alternative comedian in this case is the newer, younger, like your Ben Eltons and people like that, who were starting to get a bit more political with their comedy, or a bit more, even like bit more pop culture-y, rather than your old guard who used to do like the my mother-in-law jokes, or him down the street kind of things.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean when I say alternative comedy. But then I think it's someone, I can't remember who it was or what the context was. I said, "But what are you guys going to do when Labour finally gets into power? All your material's going to be gone." And they did, and they some of them changed and adapted, and so it was just like the idea that once the person you're rallying for has the power, especially in terms of comedy and such, it's like, I have to change my act now.
Yeah, because that's the good thing about a long-term comic. You adapt.
Yeah.
You know, and even people, even comics like Bill Engvall, who he doesn't really touch on political stuff. His act has evolved and changed over the years too. So So yeah, and that's the sign of a good comic. And if a comic refuses to do that for whatever reason and just sits there and complains that everything's too PC, blah 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 blah, it's like, no, it's not too PC. You're just refusing to adapt. There is something to be said about political correctness and all of that, but that's not the conversation they're having.
As far as I'm aware, Ben Elton still has a pretty good career, unless he's retired on his own terms by now. But he was fairly adaptable. Yeah, I just use him as an example because he was the first one I could think of that I know from definitely from that movement in the 80s.
Right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take our break, and when we come back, we're going to have some news. So stick around. Woo! Hey folks, we'll get back to the show in a moment, but first I want to tell you about Patreon. Patreon is what I use to get around all of the YouTube adpocalypse bullshit, and while I don't have a lot right now, every little bit does help. And if you like what you hear or what you see on any of my videos or podcasts, head on over there. For as little as $1 a month, you can get all of these things early before anybody else does, and you can get them completely ad-free. Yeah, I know YouTube right now is technically ad-free, but at some point I'm probably going to get big enough to where ads will start coming in, and those can be annoying, so you want to avoid that, right? If you go ahead and go now over to patreon.com/Gomer21XX, leave $1, $5, doesn't matter how much, you can get all of these. Again, you can get them early, and you get them without ads, even when I reach the point on YouTube to where ads can be put on these videos. So it's a win-win. And you can even avoid the ads that go up on the Anchor versions that go out to all of the other websites that are out there. No ads. It's great. So that's patreon.com/Gomer21XX. Howdy, everybody. Welcome to this little segment of the show I do for our little breaks, just to give some sort of material. I am on the lookout for people who want to do like a 5-minute thing with this. So if you're interested, just hit me up. I'm usually on the Twitters. You can DM me on Twitter. I should set up a separate email for it so I can keep it all organized, but we'll worry about that later. But for this week, I want to talk about, I didn't talk about it on the main show, but Pokemon Go Fest happened this past weekend, and I was able to do it because they did it worldwide instead of it being like just in Chicago or something. So it was really fun, really good to get into. I got more shinies over that weekend than I usually get outside of a community day, and some of that shiny dex is filled up a little bit. I even got a spare shiny Chansey because except for Happiny, that line is done. So if you're shiny hunter and you want a spare Chansey, hit me up. I'll see about getting it to you. but it was cool, and I even got this absolute unit of a Garchomp now, which obviously caught as a Gibble, and I call her an absolute unit because she has the perfect stats, which if you go in and you check, you get 3 stars, and all of her stats are just maxed out. I was like, oh, this unit. I think I call her Chomp Queen or Queen Chomp or something like that. Either way, she is cool. I'm just trying to power her up before I can use her on like raids or Team Rocket or whatever. The event itself was fun. Yeah, all the little challenges that you could go through. The first day had like rotating challenges that you could complete, and for every one of those you completed or whatever, you could actually unlock things later on. So there are 3 Pokemon Go weeks coming up that have been unlocked that bring in more shiny Pokemon and more ability to get certain other Pokemon. Just overall. But yeah, and it's the first time I was able to catch Unknown in Pokemon Go, which was really nice, and it had the opportunity to be shiny, but couldn't get a shiny Unknown. But that's okay. There'll be other opportunities, and I'm really hoping I can get more of them in Go, because I really do not want to try and hunt for them in any of the handheld games at the moment, because they can't be bred. So that's a problem. And I like to use Masuda method, and a lot of you are like, what the hell are you talking about, Masuda method? What? It's like basically breed a foreign and a domestic Pokemon together, and that increases the shiny rate. Anyway, I've rambled on about it long enough. Yeah. Thanks for taking the time to listen to the show, and thanks for listening to me ramble about this. Now we'll get back to the rest of the show, and you're going to see why we titled the show the way we do. So, yeah. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye. And we are back from our break. And over the break, Scully reminded me of a particular thing that's trending on Twitter on the day we're recording. Demon sperm. Because according to headlines I'm seeing, so far I'm only seeing them from the Daily Beast, but apparently Trump's new COVID doctor says sex with demons makes you sick. There are so many things wrong with that statement. Number one, why are you gonna fuck a demon? Well, then again, if demons actually exist and you want to fuck them, then again, succubi and incubi exist. So yeah. And if they're anything like Morrigan and Lilith from Darkstalkers, yeah, I see why people would want to fuck them. But they're not. But they're typically not the ones giving out the sperm. So yeah. But there's that, just that blatant what the fuckery. But also, I could see how this could be twisted into like you have sex with somebody, you raw dog with them, or you use condom, doesn't matter. And they do their thing inside of you, and you get sick like a few days or a month later or whatever, and they go through your sexual history. And what I'm trying to tie this to is some idiot might bridge the gaps all around to say that people who have AIDS and have sex are demons. Yeah. That's how far it can go. Yeah. Is it slippery slopey? A little bit. And I admit that. Yeah. But that's also how their minds would work. That's how some of their minds can work there. So, it's what the fuck, people.
Well, my point to this was, yes, theoretically, if you were to exchange bodily fluids with an otherworldly creature, sickness could happen. You know, it's an otherworldly creature. First, you have to find an otherworldly creature to mate with.
Yeah. And that's it's practically impossible to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you get your hentai tentacle demon tested.
Yes. Oh. And somewhere some of my friends are like, "Oh, okay. Wait, what?" I have friends who are definitely into tentacles. I'm not going to say who. But
yeah, we also know someone who's into multi-legged creatures.
Yeah. We know a lot of people. So, speaking of people and multi-legged creatures, this first
Segway!
This first news story comes out of Harmony, New York. Sheriff's deputies in Chautauqua County say an 18-year-old has been charged with recklessly operating an Amish buggy while drunk. Authorities say Adam Byler of Panama went through a stop sign at the corner of Goshen Road and Rock Hill Road in the town of Harmony at a high rate of speed, resulting in the buggy to tip over early Sunday morning. Crash resulted in people being ejected onto the road, so he wasn't the only one. Oh, fuck you, dude. Including a person under the age of 17, which injured the horse.
Oh dear.
Okay, so it's a little unclear. Like how, was the minor going into the horse injuring him, or did the whole buggy going over injure the horse? Like it's not clear, because I'm sitting here thinking, okay, a dude, you know, a teen being ejected out of the thing, hitting the horse, and then just falling to the floor, to the road, whatever. Just that's a weird thing. Everybody obviously is okay, but because it's a buggy, it's not going to go that fast, even with a horse. Byler was taken into custody and was released on an appearance ticket. Is expected to appear in Town of Harmony Court at a later date. Answer to the following charges: driving/torturing an animal, reckless endangerment, 2nd degree, 4 counts of them, endangering the welfare of a child, which, while the person under 17, their age has not been accurately depicted, because they're being vague, probably to protect identities.
Yeah.
You know, it is possible it could be an actual goddamn child. But if it's a teenager, teenagers aren't children. But that's a nitpick I tend to have more often than not. And it's like, but my nitpicking aside, Michelle, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Amish didn't drink, for a start. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know a huge amount about them.
I don't know. I mean, I would think if they make their own and their ordnance and all of that, I think that's what they're called, is looser on that, then yeah. And I know there was a time where the younger ones, they can shoot, they can go out into the world, and they can look around. Again, might be inaccurate because I'm basing it off of movies I've seen. They can go out into the world, they can check it out, and if they want to go out into it, then they're more than happy to.
No, I've heard of that. I've heard of that happening.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw a great a bit of an interview with Taya Leone. She was saying about when her and David took the kids, because they took them cross country because they wanted them to see America, and they went to or were invited to an Amish community because, you know, get the kids a bit of other culture, and they had borrowed a tour bus. I can't remember which band, but some notorious like rock band. And some of the girls, you know, asked to visit if they could visit the band, and they're all okay, but there's like stuff here that we're not sure you want to see. Anyway, as soon as they got outside of the complex, these young girls apparently had gone out into the world, and they like went up to Taylor and like, "Oh my god, we loved you in Bad Boys." So yeah, they do. I don't know, you know, what the ages are, what the restrictions are, what the rules are, but yes, it's not just a thing in movies.
Okay. Oh yeah.
As for this, presumably drunk driving laws should cover buggies. I don't know if you have to be licensed to drive a buggy. I mean, I suppose if you're going onto a public road, you have to. There would be rules about that.
Yeah.
I don't know for certain. I mean, maybe they thought he was okay to drive because, again, I mean, some horses can get up to about 35 miles an hour, so that's pretty fast. But again, with a buggy, probably a bit slower.
Yeah.
But on your point about injuries, yes, in this instance, it doesn't sound like anyone was seriously injured, personal horse included.
Yeah.
However, had that horse gotten spooked enough or had barked, someone could have seriously been injured.
Yeah. So basically, this fucker is lucky it wasn't worse than what it is.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Scully, what do you have to say?
Yeah, don't drink and drive even if it is a horse buggy. Also, I hope he learns his lesson. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so too. Room to grow.
Glad no
He's
one
18.
was seriously injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's 18. He's got room to grow. But I just have this image of some teenager being yeeted against a horse, and it's honestly funnier than I'm making it sound, because it's just like
Yeah.
gotta find the humor in things sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be I don't know how well I can find the humor in this one. Out of Orlando. Oh boy.
Take a shot.
Yep. Court documents show a Georgia woman was arrested at Walt Disney World after security for the Florida resort found 2 guns and some marijuana in her child's diaper bag. Why are you taking guns to Disney? Who you gonna have to defend yourself from? The villains... You realize the villains are played by actors, right? They're not the real
Duck
thing.
Hunt.
Well, I don't know.
Goma.
Maybe Donald Duck has a gun. I don't know.
Duck Hunt.
Do not play Duck Hunt at the Disney World.
Sorry.
The Orlando Sentinel reports that Unique Smith was arrested July 18th on misdemeanor counts of carrying a concealed weapon and marijuana possession. Officials say Smith was going through Epcot security with an adult man, their 7-month-old daughter, and her 7-year-old son when the guards spotted the 9mm handgun and a plastic bag containing marijuana. Orange County deputies responded. Search of the diaper bag revealed a .45 caliber handgun on the bottom. Just what the? Okay, I obviously have no beef with the lady having marijuana at Disney World. You know what would happen if you took marijuana and walked around Disney World? You'd be like, oh,
Oh.
yeah.
You're doing a small world high, man.
Yeah. You know what? That's some. Oh, when it is safe to do so. When it's safe to do so. We got to get the group together. We'll do the edibles, because edibles, they take a little bit to kick in, but you could just say, oh, those are candy tarts. But never mind the fact that fuck the pigs for trying to take my marijuana from me. Fuck you. You ain't getting it. I don't care if you think it's illegal. Fuck you. Anyway, so marijuana, Disney World, whatever. But the guns. The article doesn't mention, and at the time I grabbed it, didn't have any kind of updates. So, why the guns, lady? Why? Just what the hell?
Guns, 'cause America.
Apparently, goddamn. Ugh. Just we don't need guns at the Disney World.
I know Florida has a stand your ground law.
Yeah.
Does it have a concealed carry law if you've got the right permits?
I think so, but these all
because all I can.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Remember, she's from Georgia, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I can possibly think of is, for whatever reason, she decided to carry her, let's assume, legally owned, legally permitted guns in the diaper bag for space or convenience. It's quite a sizable bag.
Yeah.
And forgot when she went into the park to take them out.
Oops. Yeah.
I mean, that's giving her a lot of benefits of the doubt.
Yeah.
And it's still the thing of, why do you need guns? But yes, yeah, because America. But again, why do you need guns?
Right.
But it being charitable, maybe she forgot they were in there.
Yeah.
Because maybe she smoked that morning.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, Scully, do you have anything you want to add to this?
Man, I mean, jeez, why would you need 2 guns? Yeah, 2 guns, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume one for her, one for presumably her husband, or boy toy or baby daddy or whoever he is. But
yeah.
that's the only reason why there would be 2. But just goddamn, lady, keep the guns away from the parks.
And the baby.
And the babies too, yeah. Our next story. Oh, god damn these people again. It has been a long time since we have brought up the group 1 Million Moms on this show. It's been a while. But here we go. The far-right evangelical Christian group 1 Million Moms is targeting Cascade laundry detergent for their latest breathless boycott. And it might be the most overhyped one yet. By the way, I do want to note this comes from LGBTQNation.com, and they're editorializing a bit. So, and also, Cascade is a dishwasher detergent, not laundry, as far as I know. Yeah. I don't think they have any laundry detergent. But, no, you know, I just wanted to point that out there because I'm being a nitpicking dick.
Also, they're not in England, so I have no idea.
That's fair. The Fringe Group, known for their loony boycotts of television shows and companies that show even slight support of LGBTQ rights, is an AstroTurf offshoot of the anti-LGBTQ hate group American Family Association. We fuck those guys too. They have significantly fewer members than their name would imply. Yep. The religious right outfit has their knickers in a twist over Cascade's new commercial for their platinum dishwasher pods called Do It Every Night. Campaign encourages people... Yes, the campaign encourages people to run their dishwashers every night to save water. I don't see how it would save water, but you do you. Using wordplay so milquetoast that it would have been acceptable at the beginning of the last century, the spot gives a wink and a nod to the phrase's double meaning. Describing commercials as vile and sexually suggestive, the group's mouthpiece gives a solid reconstruction of the ad in an email to supporters. We do it every night, an elderly couple tells the viewing audience. Every night, a middle-aged couple adds. I live alone, but I still do it every night, a young single woman says with a smirk. Then the two couples continue, right after dinner and definitely after meatloaf. This commercial concludes with the voiceover, Do it. Run your dishwasher every night with Cascade Platinum. A load with as few as 8 dishes is all it takes to save water. An Energy Star's certified dishwasher uses less than 4 gallons per cycle, while a running sink uses that every 2 minutes. So do it. Run your dishwasher every night with Cascade Platinum. The surprising way to save water. How about you run the dishwasher?
That sounds like every other... Sorry.
Sounds like every other commercial?
Basically in England, yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Whenever I do our kitchen stuff around here, we don't have a lot, so we don't have to run it every night. We just run it every other night. So we save more water that way. Ha!
Yes.
Yeah. But
fill up a bowl.
Yeah. So there is more to this. Can you imagine what goes through the mind of a child when he sees this ad? The email asks.
God's
we
sake.
all know children repeat what they hear. There's nothing funny about kids saying, we do it every night. Cascade should be ashamed. Now, hold on. What if those kids are saying we do it every night when they're talking about Bible study? Or playing their favorite video game? Or having dinner?
Yeah.
There's that too. And guess what? Kids, once they realize what sex is, they're gonna giggle over it. Because let's face it, as enjoyable as sex is, it is goofy as fuck. No pun intended. Yeah. So it's just the sounds that come from it. Not even from the voice box. It's just other sounds coming from it. You know, sometimes you're doing it and it sounds like somebody farts, and it's not a fart.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. Very, very silly. And that's fine. That's part of the experience. You just got to get over it and roll with it. A couple more lines, though, before we get into deeper thoughts. The group says they are passionate about removing this offensive commercial. As with most companies targeted by the AstroTurf group, I rented this tongue. Cascade has ignored them, like they should.
Yeah.
Because it's like really, you get your panties in a twist over that. Fuck off. Just take your million panties and fuck all the off. Oh, all right. So, Scully, what do you got to say about this one?
Oh, Karen. It's gonna Karen.
Yeah, fucking Karens. It's probably the same people who bitch about the face masks too. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how about you, Michelle?
I think I have a filk. I think about the things they say. Try to boycott every day. A million moms just really should go away.
There you go.
My original version is A Million Mums is driving me insane.
There you go.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, fuck them.
Apologies to anyone who loves Greatest Showman, myself included.
Yeah, I think we all can agree. Fuck 1 million moms.
Yeah.
Which, that in and of itself can be taken in more than one way.
Get the double entendre. But yeah, regarding this advert, I mean, obviously I haven't seen it, but those kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge adverts, yeah, they're like, not every other advert, but it's like, they're on that kind of thing is on all the time. That's the height of British humour right there.
Yeah, and we get together and we'll watch like some commercial compilations as a group, or just Becky and me on a date night, and oh my god, some of the things and these are commercials from when I was a kid. It's like, that flew right over my head, because that's what it's supposed to do. That's where like some of the popularity of like the Disney Renaissance comes from. You got the stuff for the kids, but then you got stuff for the adults too. That flies right over the kids' heads.
I've been rewatching Simpsons on Disney Plus, and like even now, like I'm catching things I've never caught at the time.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, I was about 10 when that started.
Right.
I'm that old. It's been going that long. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonder if these 1 million moms would throw a conniption over Animaniacs, because that we do it every night. That is tame to some of the double entendres they slipped into Animaniacs. My God.
I know, right? Like
fingerprints. Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like if oh god, when a kid is at the age where they repeat everything they hear, they're probably not gonna get a double entendre. No, I did sneak in some Beavis and Butthead, and I started doing the whole Cornholio thing, and then Mom was like, just, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, all it takes is to say, hey, don't do that. That's pretty dirty. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I actually have an example.
I wasn't scarred. It was just, okay. Yeah, I learned the funny. Okay.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Scully. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's fine. I was done anyway.
Oops.
When my sister and I were kids, and when I say kids, mid to late teens, one of us, when we were talking to each other or possibly having a silly argument, misspoke twit and said it twat.
Oops.
And we just thought that was us mispronouncing a word, and that was like our private silly joke. I then got a slang book and found out what it actually meant. I text my sister and said, you realise that word we've been using means something very, very different. And she's like, oh, now we use it, but in the right context.
Yeah. There you go.
For those of you who aren't aware, twat is a name for a lady part.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for those who still need a little bit more banged over the head, lady part being vagina. Because we're not ashamed of vaginas here.
Jiminy Jangles.
Yes.
No sex, please. We're British.
There you go. Alrighty, so next one comes out of Cape May, which based on Jersey Shore, so Jersey, New Jersey even. Startled beachgoers were. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Joyzy.
There you go. Startled beachgoers were joined by unwelcome visitors on Tuesday in Cape May when thousands of what began swarming before settling on a towel on the back of a chair. The article does not say, the headline does, but the article does not say what it is.
That's amazing.
Oh my God.
God.
At least not in this first paragraph. But the strange scene unfolded around 3 p.m. at Steger Beach between Jackson and Perry Streets when a group of bees began buzzing overhead, according to a witness and a video. Within 5 minutes, thousands of bees had clustered on the back of the chair, according to Dean Blomer, whatever, a retiree who lives in Cape May and was on the beach and with several others. The bees weren't aggressive, according to Blomer, but wasn't sure if anyone got stung. He quickly contacted Alan Brown, the local beekeeper, who collected the bees in a cardboard box within 15 minutes of arriving, as lifeguards worked to keep the people away. Blomer said Brown told him the bees likely converged on the beach because they were following a queen that was there. Oh boy. The bees were docile because they were already full of honey, Brown explained to Blomer. The beekeeper planned to take the bees to empty hives. So, suddenly bees!
Oh my God.
No!
Kyle!
Oh!
I'm terrified of swarms of insects, but at least it wasn't wasps.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Wasps everybody would just have to be like, we're done. We're going. I don't know how far the wasp would chase you out into the sea, but it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Yeah.
And now Becky and I have been watching through Alison Pregler's Baywatching series, and now all I'm thinking is like a younger Billy Warlock and everybody over there trying to keep people away from bees. and it's not in the same Billy Warlock voice. It's in the voice Allison uses for his character Eddie. Like, stay away from the bees. Yes, done. I don't do it anywhere as near as good as she does. And then because my voice is deeper. Oh lordy. So Michelle, you got anything you want to add to this?
Bees. My God. I can see how that would be scary, and especially bees, generally speaking, do not attack you because they're usually kind of a one-shot deal, so they don't want to.
Yeah.
But I can understand in a situation where A, you have a lot of people, and B, you have a lot of a swarm of something that you may not immediately identify. Yeah, people are going to tizzy. They're going to be like, what the fuck? What do we do? Where do I go? How do I stay safe? How do I protect my family, my children?
Mm-hmm.
So that could agitate the otherwise, weren't going to hurt you in the first place insects.
Yeah.
So on the outside, I could see how that would be a kind of a scary situation if you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been like, even with wasps, I know if I just don't bother with them, they're not going to really do anything.
Yeah.
It also helps that I'm not allergic, so I if you have an allergy, yeah, especially as calmly as possible, get yourself away from the situation. But yeah, I can see how it'd be scary, but I could also be like, everyone just chill, just be cool. But on the other hand, yay, beekeeper. So do they have like a beekeeper on speed dial, or did they Google him, or?
It could, it could be either way. I don't know how small of a community this place is. If it's as small as Graceville, then yeah, we tend to find that out very quickly. But
Yeah.
like my dad, in addition to being the mayor, he's also one of the insurance guys. So
Yeah. Fair play to him for getting it all sorted quickly.
yeah, which is good, and nobody was hurt, other than maybe being stung, but which in that case, then at least one bee went down.
Yeah. I think unless they're Africanized honeybees, they're not actually dangerous unless you're allergic, are they?
I'm not sure. I would like to think that though.
Yeah.
But Scully, do you got anything you want to add to this, or?
My God.
No, you have to do. I've done that one. You have to do the other one.
Oh. No, not the bees! Not the bees! That's it, right?
Yeah. That's the one.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'm glad that the bee situation got taken care of, because, as scary as flying insects are to me, yeah, we need bees. So, I mean, glad they found a home.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, it's all good.
Yeah. And our last story for this week. Target announced Monday that it will close its stores Thanksgiving Day as it continues to adjust amid the coronavirus pandemic, saying this isn't a year for crowds. I also want to remind you, if I remember correctly... Oh, it is not one of those that was listed earlier that's not enforcing its mask mandate. Okay. So, Target may very well be enforcing the mask mandate if they've got one. I hope so.
Cool.
So... But this year, more than ever, a joyful holiday will be inseparable from a safe one, and we're continuing to adjust our plans to deliver ease, value, and the joy of the season in a way that only Target can, Target CEO Brian Cornell said in a statement. The Minneapolis-based retailer also said it will expand its contactless same-day pickup and delivery service, making 20,000 more products, including groceries, available for pickup, order pickup, and shipped delivery. The investments we've made in our business and our incredible team have enabled us to move with flexibility and speed to meet guests' changing needs during this global pandemic, Cornell said. Walmart announced last week that it will also close its stores on Thanksgiving Day this year to allow associates to spend time with their families. Sam's Club locations will be closed as well. For those who may not know, Sam's Club and Walmart are all owned by the same people. So a little bit of trivia for you there. And yes, Walmart is one of those that says, oh, we're going to enforce this mask thing, except not really. So I expect Walmart to, when it comes to Thanksgiving Day, be like, no, psych, we're going to be open.
Yeah.
That's what I expect out of Walmart. Prove me wrong. Please, Walmart, prove me wrong. I will be happy to be proved wrong on this one. But yeah, I mean, it's sad that it took to this point to get one of the big box retailers to say, hey, you know what? Close on Thanksgiving. Because whether you know, regardless of how you feel about the history of the country, regardless of where the origins of Thanksgiving Day came from, regardless of any and all of that, it's a good time to get together with family. Again, as long as you can do it safely. Have some good meal, have some good times. Unless you're me, I just hide away in my office the entire time because that's how I do. And then I listen to gossip later. Because when it comes to my family, I'm also a petty little fucker. I joke, of course. But even for just most people, you know, Thanksgiving is a time for families to come together. That's what we have designated. That's what we base it all around at that point. You know, and if it's a time where people should be spending their time with their families, let them do that. Obvious exceptions being like the extreme necessities, like, you know, your medicine, your fire and rescue, you know, that things like that. They are not the cops, because fuck the cops at this point. They need to just go. But your firemen, etc. You know, but those are the only ones who should be operating on Thanksgiving, and even then, there should be enough to where they can at least do them in shifts, to the point to where everybody has a chance to spend some time with family on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So, you know, but everything will come to a halt. It's one day. And I hope this also extends to getting rid of Black Friday, which again is another thing that needs to be gotten rid of. Just, we don't need it. We think enough about, you know, getting gifts for Christmas already. We don't need to be reminded that there are about 1 million other sales that go on at the same time, just right after Thanksgiving, when people are probably... I'm surprised people have money to spend after Thanksgiving. Because think about all the food you have to buy. So, you know, like, just goddamn. But then again, it's probably not as big of a spender as Christmas is, because Christmas has gifts. So, I can give that one. But still, you know, Thanksgiving, being close on Thanksgiving, good on you, Target. I believe Target will hold up that one. Because when the protests started up in earnest in Minneapolis, because that's where George Floyd was executed, you know.
Yep.
You know, and looters got into a Target or whatever, because that Target in particular was, you know, basically tilting the scale against the black community in that particular area. You know, CEO was like, higher ups were like, nah, we can rebuild that. Fuck it. We ain't pressing charges. We can rebuild. Fuck it. Black Lives Matter. That's more important. And hopefully, whoever was in control of feeding to the cops over there got at least a very stern talking to, if not fired. Because I would fire him. That's me. I don't know how Brian Cornell will think, but that's just me. So yeah. Any of y'all got some thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that they're gonna do this. Well, Target probably most likely is. I don't know about Walmart if they're gonna keep that.
Yeah.
But they should cancel Black Friday, but I doubt they will because profit. Yeah.
The almighty dollar.
I don't get why you're open on the holidays anyway, like Christmas and everything. Well, like, if it's a holiday, we have bank holidays, so like some places might be open on bank holiday, but then usually the Sundays like definitely shut. Everything's shut. I just don't. So there's that. I just don't understand why you're open on a big family holiday day. But on the scale of big evil corporations, where does Target land?
As far as I'm concerned, they land below Walmart. I don't remember how far below Walmart, but they're below Walmart.
So they like not quite evil or totally evil, or Diet Coke evil, or
somewhere. I think it depends. I know some people don't like it because they don't have the Salvation Army bell ringers, which
so that's a good thing, isn't it?
It is a good thing, but there are some people who are behind the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
Either because
also a lot of people. Go ahead.
Yeah, because the people who support the Salvation Army either don't know or don't care about the bullshit that the Salvi pulls.
Yeah.
As an organization. But yeah.
Also, a bunch of people who were in a tizzy about the whole bathroom thing. Like, God.
Yeah, it's like they're just going in there to shit and piss, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a good thing that they're doing this. I don't understand why you're not doing it in the first place. But going back to what we were saying earlier about, when Channel Awesome was actually good and okay to like it, I don't care how you feel. Well, I do care what you think and feel. But in this instance, I kind of don't care because I still think this song's great. Holiday clusterfuck, holiday clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that song holds up. The guy may have turned out to be a dick, but that song holds up.
I'll grant you. So with that, we are going to get out of here for this week. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys enjoyed all of us going on and doing the things and the ramblings and all of that. So, Scolopendra, where could we find you on the internet?
You can find me at Scolopendra on Twitter or Scolopendra91 on Tumblr.
Sweet. And Michelle, where could we find you?
I have a link tree, which I'm assuming is now in the doobly-doos.
Yes.
Yeah, the link tree slash Phoenix11 PHEONIX11.
Sweet. And of course, I do also have a link tree, linktr.ee/Gomer21XX, that has all of my links to not just my social medias, but also to the YouTube channels for both my main stuff. My gaming stuff, I think, should be in there, but definitely the channel for this show is in there. And if you're on YouTube and you want to throw a like or subscribe or whatever, comment, whatever, help the algorithm a little bit,
Yeah.
Be the algorithm.
Come talk to us.
Yes, please.
Yes.
But yeah, and I mentioned my Twitch. I do stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 to 9 p.m. Central Time. Wednesdays usually reserved for premieres of new episodes of Thespian Talk if they are available. And that's going to be the case if you're listening to it on Twitch. Hello. Hope you guys are enjoying it.
Howdy.
Yes. And also, I do want to throw out links and shout outs to both Becky, who is not only my girlfriend of over 6.5 years, but she also does the title card art. Her card, which is like a LinkedIn, is in the doobly-doo. It's beckyhop.card with 2 R's.co. And of course, there's always, we are in the COVID times. You need a mask. Get a mask from Mel Paradise. It is her lovely voice you hear at the beginning of the show. And you can just look at etsy.com/shop/Mel Paradise. That's where you'll find her masks and a bunch of other things she's done too, including, perler pixels and all of that.
What about her GoFundMe?
Her GoFundMe, which should be in the doobly-doo. It better be in the doobly-doo, otherwise I'm going to be very, very pissed because that means I will have forgotten to put it in there. But she does have a GoFundMe that will be in the doobly-doo. It is a Portland mask making fund, which is organized by her. That link, again, will be in the doobly-doo of this show. In fact, it'll be right under her normal one as well. So you want to check that out, throw some money at her, please do. It will help her a lot.
Yeah.
And you help her, you also help the citizens of Portland, because she's giving out masks to them, as well as selling masks to everybody else, and they are really good masks, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
So I do swear by them. We are not sponsored by her, but I will pimp her masks all over the damn place.
Heck yeah.
So yes. So with that, again, thank you guys for listening. Take care, everybody, and until next time, this is Gomer, the Ranting Thespian, with Michelle and Scolopendra, signing off. And that's, I think it either started a little too late or started to overlap. So let us get back to the Pokemon. That's where we're at. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If a little bit got cut off there, it was basically just our stuff, which is in the description of every show. So, I better stop you because you are right at the end. All right. So, yeah, it's been an hour and a half. Well, a little over. We've got almost 2 full boxes of Igglybuff to try. Now, this one was from earlier. Obviously, we obviously know. Come on. Do we have any? We got some other decently good Igglybuff in terms of stats, though. So that's always good. Wait. I was about to say, did I have a 6 IV Igglybuff? That would be kind of awesome. But no, it does not appear so. Okay. What if we got 6 IV and shiny? That would be hilarious. Especially if it happens right after, just right before the end, is this oh. Damn. Yeah, because one of those two, I think it's the Ditto, has a 0 IV special defense. Getting 6 IV from that combination is going to be rough. That's not bad stats either, so. Okay. Oh, wait, that's not what I want to do. What I want to do. All I want to do is have some fun. Japanese Sobble with its hidden ability. Ooh, nice. Alright, yeah, so we're gonna go back out and hunt some more eggs. But first, we grab that little old Butterfree. And bring her along with me. Yeah, you see why I have her now. Okay. Alright, so in an hour and a half, it fills up almost 2 boxes. Got it. And away we go, back to Execute Island. Hey, Diglett guy. Something about just shiny hunting. You know, again, it's a tedious process in and of itself, but in the right mood, it can be kind of calming and relaxing. It's like, yeah, knock out that Pokemon. Boom. Yeah, that resets everybody's EVs, and don't really want that. So, well, it's not at the moment. Uh-oh. I see you. I see you. See a Wingull, too. You know, there's actually a couple of light novels that are based on the beginning of the anime, the Pokemon anime, where things are so much weirder. Like in the light novels version, 10-year-olds are considered legal adults in the Pokemon, or in that particular iteration of the Pokemon universe. Like, wait, what? It also says that Ash's mom was a teen mom, and I think most of us probably figured it. But then again, we could be wrong. There are absurdly youthful looking women who are older, so. I mean, my friend Vi, she's coming up on her mid-30s, I think, and she still gets carded when she goes to buy alcohol. So, I was like, Jeebus. Oh. Eggy eggs. We're gonna scramble some eggs. I like my eggs scrambled. Scrambled eggs are pretty good. Fried, they're okay, but I'd rather have them, if it's gonna be fried, I want it on a sandwich. With some bacon and some cheese. Either American or cheddar works for me when it comes to that, but that sounds really good. I don't think we might have the supplies for it. Or are they fresh supplies? That's what I want to know. If not, I can always go get some. Then again, we do have that pre-cooked frozen bacon. I think we still have somewhere. We have that. I think I'm just worried about the cheese. Because we have a bad habit. We go and we'll get food or whatever, and I say we, all three of us, all of us here are kind of guilty of it. Is we'll get a lot of fruit. No, get a lot of, well, fruit might be a part of it. We'll get a lot of food, and then a lot of it just won't be eaten, and it's just usually, I can't speak for anybody else, but at least for me, it's like, I wanted it at the time, but now it's like, ugh. Uh-oh. Hey, Blipbug, what's up? Hiya, Blipbug. Alrighty. Electro Web. And you like that, Four Eyes? There we are. What's up? What's up, you carton of eggs? Egg carton cannibal motherfuckers. Egg carton cannibal? What? That sounds like it could be the name of like some sort of Z-grade movie or something, like the egg carton cannibals. Not only will they cannibalize you, they will put your leftovers in an egg carton. It would make for an interesting gore fest movie, I guess. Whee! Wonder how many Execute I have fought and knocked out or caught. I'm gonna look at my numbers. And let's look at the numbers. Alright, Pokedex. Hello, Pokedex. Isle of Armor. Okay. Slowpoke, down to Lopunny, down to this, D. Where are you at? Where are you at, you grassy, seedy egg things? Probably a little further down. A lot further down? All the further down? Maybe? There's Cubone and Marowak. There we are. Execute, right here. How many of them have I battled? 98? Only 98 of those little fuckers? Okay, that's fine. I guess 2 more and I'll be up at 100. I'm kind of glad if you're going to use the fighting method, the game keeps track of it for you. And then if you get like the Pokemon shiny counting apps or whatever, you could just put that number in there and then boom, there you go. I got that one in that many battles. But it was only 2 seconds long. Well, okay. Ditto. Oh, yay. Here we are. I think this is our 100th batch of eggs. Alrighty. And wing, poot. Oh yeah, very riveting commentary. I'm sorry. Full disclosure, I did take a couple of tarts during the show, so some of the effects might be starting to hit me, but I it should make fine. And if I run into a shiny, it's definitely gonna break through any fog there is. I'll be like, oh no, oh my god, that little. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but it's like this high-pitched pterodactyl type screech. First time I did it, Becky was like, what the fuck was that? That was me squeeing. Is a squee. Sounds like a pterodactyl screeching. And I mean, she's not wrong. I'm appreciative of all the free roaming camera moving and everything, but it used to be a little bit freer. Because sometimes you want to get a good top-down view, Whether you're looking on a video game map, whether you're looking on a real map. Other times, having the advantage to be able to just look down up top, see if that pink thing is either eggs or a blob. There's a Chansey. Just running away. She ain't taking a Chansey with us. Oh, I want Pollen Puff for you. Whee! It's mwah. He's all magnifique. Magnifique, what? There they are. There's some eggs. We'll scramble them. Let's scramble these eggs. Scramble them, make them all nice. Oh yeah, I was talking about like egg sandwiches earlier. Scrambled I like. Fried I like as long as it's on a sandwich. Although I will take scrambled on a sandwich too. Both instances, cheese is always good. With bacon. Oh. I like a good bacon and cheese omelet. Oh. Oh. The next chance I could do so safely, I'm going to Denny's. Or I think Denny's does have that. I'm also thinking places like, oh, what is it? It's a place called the Huddle House. It's basically Waffle House but classier. At least in terms of looks. And I know the Huddle House usually, whoever's doing the cooking at whatever Huddle House is usually going to make a really good bacon and cheese omelet. It's just, oh, that sounds so good. Maybe I'll try it myself at some point. Make one. I mean, I can make one, but I mean, I actually do have a little bit of cooking experience. Not a lot, because, most of the time I don't really care to. At least, like if I'm like on my own or effectively on my own, But every now and then, if need be, I can bust out something. I mean, a lot of things is just, okay, follow the directions. Because you have directions for everything, you just follow this, like, okay, we do it like this, we do it like that. Got it. Come on, I want at least one or two more groups of hopping eggs. Come on. Oh, that's a ditto. Oh, it's just another ditto. I'm not worried about you, ditto. Another ditto. What'd you do with all the eggs, ditto? Did you eat them all? Because I know I didn't knock them all out. Did you eat them? Did you? Hmm? 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 Ditto, you're in the way, man. I appreciate what you do for egg making, but right now you're in the way. Hey, Chansey, why not? What's up, Chansey? I mean, I don't need another shiny Chansey, but I'll just knock it out anyway. Oh, that's right. She's a special wall, isn't she? And no, not with Butterfree. Maybe with a different Pokemon. I'll chase a few Chansey around. Here we go. boing, 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 poof. All right, my little egg buddies. There you are. I found the Sex Pistols. Ladies and gentlemen, live on stream, we have found the Sex Pistols in Pokemon Sword. Oh, you are going in the quick ball. You are going in. Oh, no. You are... Oh, shit, I've only got the one Pokemon, don't I? Oh, fuck, I better... Oh. Okay, repeat balls, then. Why didn't you crit, man? Quick ball is the best on only the first turn. That is a hell of a good way to end a stream. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, god damn, that was good. That was excellent. And we'll look at the Pokedex. And we'll look at Execute. Now that we see it's shiny. Oh, oops. Okay. 106. So that's not bad for shiny luck there. That's not too bad. 106. Yeah, I'll look at it in motion. There's not one back there is just looking away like, Rrr. Most of them are just like, you get the cracked one in the back, just execute. All right. So I came back here. This is going to be the last thing we're going to try tonight. I'm going to rename this execute. Write a nickname. Which nickname? You. Okay, so I know odds are the word sex will be filtered, but what about S pistols? Will it work? Okay, it works. S pistols. All right, I dig it. I dig it. We now have in Pokemon Sword natively caught the Sex Pistols. The Sex Pistols are in Galar. Yes. Like, I don't even need it for my shiny decks. It's just, I want to be able to say I have the Sex Pistols and Sword and Shield, which I technically already could, but I wanted to catch some native to Galar, or at least the Isle of Armor. So, yeah. So yeah, that's a good note to end the stream on. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I know I'm going to be putting that highlight up later. Oh, so yeah, if you like this, you want to help support the stream or whatever, there are links down below here, and they should be down below also on the YouTube archive as well. It should just be a simple Linktree link, and you can do all of that there. Friday is I'm probably going to go back to Pokemon Emerald Solo Umbreon Randomizer run. That's a mouthful. And I think where we last left off was Watson over there. So I'm gonna yeah, that's what I'm gonna do Friday. Is more of the Pokemon Emerald, and then we'll see what happens from there. But again, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, this is Gomer, the Ranting Thespian, signing off.